Say hi to the girls this morning. Good morning, girls. Good morning, girls. Oh, look at this girl. Good morning, girl. Come here. Come here. Oh, look at that face. How could you not love that face? Look at it. It is so beautiful. It is such a beautiful bulldog face. Oh, yes. Super rough start to day 3. Good morning. Good morning to anyone, everyone, maybe just to myself. Not sure who I'm talking to here, but yeah, rough start to film a video every day, post it to YouTube, as well as some health related stuff, some intermittent fasting. Want to gain a bunch of muscle, lose a little bit of fat, and yeah, get my life on a totally different trajectory in 6 months. Today was a rough start to day 3. I don't know what the hell happened last night, but I basically got home, stood in my standing frame for a little bit after work. It was like 10:30 when I went to bed, and I laid in bed for a bit and just felt shittier and shittier, and then ended up having to rush out of bed at like 11 and just throw up nothing. I had nothing in my stomach because I hadn't eaten anything but like 250 grams of ground beef yesterday. And yeah, so then I just woke up. I slept through all my alarms all night long and woke up at like 8:20. I look like shit right now. Woke up at like 8:20 and couldn't get out of bed until 9. I mean, literally couldn't. No amount of willpower, no amount of stories to tell myself what I'm going to do, nothing. Just exhausted. And I mean, that's a huge part of what this challenge is about, is just figuring out what the hell is going on, getting my health back, because who knows, it doesn't make any sense that I would feel that rough. But like I said, I got the heavy metals deal tomorrow with my doc, and yeah, hopefully that'll at least get to some of the source of it all. But gonna have to go pretty quickly and easy on some of my workout stuff this morning. I don't think I'll have time to FES bike. Probably gonna have to do the electrical bike when I get home from work. I'll stand, hit some pull-ups, have a huge thing of coffee. That's another great thing about this challenge. If I wasn't accountable to whoever is behind this camera potentially, then I would totally have like a huge sugary coffee right now. Not with dairy cream, but I would have a bunch of coconut cream, something in there, and just fill it with honey and maple syrup. And I just do better when I fast noon, or only eat noon to 8 p.m. I do better in every single way. So having a little accountability is awesome, even if it's imaginary and no one gives a shit but me. I just can't lie I can't lie like that, even if no one cares. But yeah, gonna get after it and try to get some of these mental juices flowing with a big old dose of black cold brew. Oh, I'm going to have a ketone IQ shot right now out of the cup, and a big glass of cold brew. And I can't even begin to tell you how depressing this is. I just want sweets or carbs or anything so bad. Just a big bolus of, I don't know, melted butter in the coffee, something. I just want calories and carbs. But committed to 6 months of 12 p.m. Yeah, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. being the only time that I consume calories. It's challenging and depressing right now. It's brutal, but it's gotta be done. hopefully the ketone IQ makes it a little bit easier. I think it will. I think it will give me a little bit of juice, a little boost this morning when I need it the most. Hit some pull-ups, stand, use the bathroom, get to work. Whew, all right, I am back, baby. Day 3 off to a little bit of a rough start, but it is absolutely amazing what a little bit of substances and keeping promises to yourself can do. Had a few sips of my cold brew and a 6 milligram nicotine Zyn to journal and stand to, and it just got me fired right the fuck back up. And honestly, the Zyn and the coffee are definitely a huge boost here, but more than that, it's just keeping the little promises. If it wasn't for this challenge, I would have had a bunch of sugar in my coffee. I probably would have snacked on something, and that just brings me down if I eat before my body is full, my metabolism and everything's fully 100% awake. I need, at least 3-hour window before I consume sugar, calories, whatever. And also just keeping that promise to myself. I normally would have just had a coffee, said I'll stand later. I don't need a journal right now. Just use the bathroom, get to work, go through the grind, blah, 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 whatever. And instead, I just got this massive surge of confidence and this realization that I've just wasted so much time in my life worrying about what other people think about me and worrying about not deserving success, not deserving love, not deserving whatever because I was bad, I was evil, I was not a good person. I just had all of these seated beliefs from a super young age. Don't know where they came from or why. It wasn't from my parents or anything. It was just from misunderstandings and just traumatic things that happened that just deep down in the wiring of my brain somewhere made me believe those things. I didn't even know or recognize it until 2022 when I wrote a biography and just laid it all out there and told my story to myself and realized wow, this is at the heart of everything. And it's taken me 2 more years to figure out how to overcome it. Just recognizing and knowing it's there is one thing, but I think you just eventually, at some point in your life, whether you're 15, which would be great, or you're 50, or you're 30, or you're 85, eventually, hopefully, you just get to a point where you just don't give a shit anymore. You realize you are alone in this journey, in this world, in a positive way. That, everyone else is on their own journey and they're primarily focused on what's going on with them, and you're just not that important, and it doesn't matter, and you just do what you want, do what you like, and do it on a foundation of good values and trying your best, and shit works out. But as far as I haven't mentioned this before, this is going to be eliminated during my 180-day challenge, but I'm just hopelessly addicted to nicotine. Been basically using nicotine since I was a fetus, I think. Not to throw shade at my mom. I have the greatest parents on the face of this planet, truly the best ever. But I think I've had a large nicotine exposure for my whole life, and I started myself using nicotine when I was 13, started chewing tobacco. I quit numerous times from, the last 17, 18 years, I guess. I'm 31 now. The last 18 years, I've had, many years sporadically throughout that time where I haven't used nicotine. But, in 6 months here, 9 months there, 18 months here, a year, I'll quit, and I always just end up coming back to it because I absolutely love it, but I can't use it responsibly. I think it'd be great if I could take 1, 2 of these a day, get that brain juice. Not great if it was tobacco based. Chewing never made me feel so bad. I mean, it definitely gave me mouths, disgusting tasting mouth. But, smoking, I smoked for a couple years in Australia because they have no chewing tobacco down there. And yeah, that took a toll on my health. And that vaping, I love vaping as well. And that, I was smoking just self-rolled unfiltered cigarettes in Australia had less of a pronounced negative effect on my health than vaping does. That is truly the devil. I mean, that stuff is bad for you. You can objectively just vape for a couple months and measure any metric of motivation, anxiety, overall well-being, and it's shit. But I mean, who knows? Maybe if you vape responsibly, but I wasn't vaping responsibly. I was like waking up first thing in the morning and just basically replacing oxygen with vaporized propylene glycol nicotine flavoring chemical disgustingness from China. And so nicotine will say goodbye sometime during this challenge, but there's no way. What is most important for me in this first, 7 to 21 days is dialing in on my diet, because I have princess guts, and dieting or anything other than super strict eating just fucking owns me beyond belief. I mean, down, out for days at a time if I have one, real bad cheat meal. So, I mean, motivation, happiness, everything just out the window. I'm just in so much stomach or like lower gastrointestinal tract pain. I cannot stay functional, like peak functional. So nicotine really helps with appetite and everything else, and hand, mouth, whatever. And so can't get rid of it right away, but it's gonna say goodbye once I get dialed in on the diet. I want to get a real high protein, high fat, moderate carb diet going, and just pack on a bunch of lean muscle, especially on my back. And to do that, I'm going to use nicotine as a tool for the time being. But probably we'll say probably day 30 or something will be last day of nicotine. Who knows if I'll quit forever, but I'll definitely, at least do the rest of 2024 or something like that. Hopefully it persists longer, but you never know. So just wanted to, mostly just wanted to talk about the little promises, just not having some sugar, standing, journaling, just filled my brain with self-belief and goodness juice to keep the forward momentum. I just want 180 days of up and right on the life chart, and that hasn't happened for a very long time for me. I just go in these cycles of super high motivation to not giving a shit and depression. I've realized after 31 years on this earth that driving full steam ahead for short bursts is just so much less effective than consistency. Just being consistent in the gym, consistent in managing your mindset, consistent with journaling, consistent with meditation, consistent with work, consistently producing something, rather like producing this content rather than consuming. It's so toxic, it's so poisonous. There's something really special about having conquering the fear of what other people think, putting yourself out there, and just sharing stories and the path, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's just, there's something cathartic about it. There's something important about it. Maybe not for everyone, but it's certainly important for me. And so that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to keep on trucking. I'm going to build what I was put on this earth to build, which is a giant healing outdoor sanctuary for escaping the monotony and grind and just unhealthy hellscape that is the modern world that most of us live in, where we just consume hypnotizing entertainment, super toxic foods, are just exposed to constant Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and you don't need to be a scientist or read studies to know that wearing AirPods all day is bad for you, or falling asleep with them in is bad for you. You feel like shit when you do it. It does something negative to your body. There's no, unless you're just either ignorant to what it's like to feel truly good, or you're just an ostrich that's shoving your head down in the sand, eating all this toxic food, rubbing all these weird petrochemicals on your bodies in the form of, healthcare products, body care products, and spraying all these weird scented fucking things on ourselves and burning them in our house. The combination is just not good. It's not conducive to just peak physical, mental, emotional, spiritual performance. And I just want to feel peak. I want to feel 110% all the time for as long as humanly possible. I want my health span to continue well into my 60s, 70s, and 80s. I went heli skiing one time with this guy that was 84 years old, and maybe he was 84 or 86. He was in his mid 80s, and I just want that. Down in New Zealand is where I did that in the Southern Alps, and I was just so in awe of someone, thinking about my own grandparents and their fragility and the pain they live in, and this guy is throwing dynamite sticks out of helicopters before taking people heli skiing all day. So, to prevent avalanches. And I just thought that was so goddamn cool. And that's what I want in my life. I want to regain 100% functionality. I want to heal this fucking spinal cord injury. I don't care if a million doctors tell me that I will never walk again. I don't believe it. And it's not delusional. It's not, it's not a coping mechanism, which I've thought, is that what I'm doing? Telling myself that I'm going to gain 100% functionality back, that I'm going to walk, that I'm going to run, that I'm going to jump, that I'm going to play with my kids, that I'm going to do everything that I did before when I was quote unquote normal. No, it's not delusional. It's possible. There's no reason that with the convergence of all the modern technology, a ton of persistence, a ton of work, and just combining all of the factors. It's not just, science and technology and stimulators and stem cells. It's not just that. You have to heal something as complex and as debilitating as all of the scar tissue in your spinal cord that doesn't allow those electrical signals to pass down to the rest of your body. It's 100% commitment. That's what it takes. It takes aligning the woo-woo spiritual side, heal yourself mentality, the meditation, the breath work, the cold therapy, the sauna, the red light therapy, the electrical stimulation. It takes all of it, aligning consistently for years and years and years. If your spinal cord naturally heals 1 millimeter per year, or whatever they say neural tissue does, that can obviously be accelerated. Hyperbaric oxygen chambers, stem cells, PRP, all of the stuff that is coming out, that Neuralink thing that, I'm not going to be guinea pig number one. We'll let 5, 10, 15, 20,000 other people get, fucking wires put down in their brain first and see how that goes for a while before I'm signing up to that list, as fantastic as it sounds. If people were regaining the ability to walk and everything again, I'd be tempted, but we're gonna let quite a few people, make that choice before I do. I foresee a lot of long-term complications with just pumping Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and electrical signals into your brain unnaturally, but we'll see. There's so much on the horizon, and also I think just spending a remarkable amount of time grounded against the earth, in nature, in the ocean, surfing on the beach. I think that's a huge component in healing as well. I just think it's I want to get to the point where I build a business that I can manage from home and from wherever I'm at in the world, so that I have those 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day to commit to physical therapy, to preparing and procuring and finding the healthiest foods in the world that are from my own volition, whether I hunt them, I harvest them, I gather them, or I grow them. I think that is, just another factor. And that without all of it combined into one, I'm just never going to get there. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you so much to whoever's on the other side of this camera for coming along on this journey with me. If you ever have any questions, I'm accessible. You can hit me and DM me on Instagram at Bridgerly Frederick. You can hit me up on Facebook. Do expect huge delays in those replies, just because I am kind of abstinent from social media, because I can't use it responsibly and healthily at this point in my life. I'll just end up scrolling. But comment on the YouTube video as well. I will get back to all of them. It just might not be right away, but I'm super happy to answer any questions. Would love to hear your stories. Would love to hear any advice on healing. I'm eventually going to start a podcast, or I'd like to do some sort of YouTube show where I travel around the world and find all of the best healers and doctors and people out there with the knowledge that I'm hungry for. I'd love to interview them and share that knowledge with the world, because that's my favorite thing to do, is to consume other people's podcasts about just that: how to optimize, how to feel good, how to overcome trauma, how to fix yourself. Because I got broken real bad in 2019, and I'm just now getting to level 4. I don't know how many levels there are. Maybe being 100% healed is level 25, level 30, not sure. But I'd say there's been 4 big jumps in my ability to take action along this journey. And yeah, I just feel like I've finally gotten to kind of the 4th level of ability to take action, solve problems, put things together. It's just been an accumulation of knowledge and motivation and self-awareness. At some point you got to realize you're just 110% responsible for everything that's happening in your life. If you're unhappy, something bad's going on, if something you don't like is going on, it's your fault. Doesn't matter what it is. You're paralyzed, you're sick, you got cancer. I don't want to say that it's your fault, but if it's not your fault, then you can't fix it. So it's my way of taking control of my destiny, of my future, of my current moment. It's the only way to take control is to be like, everything that's happening is because of me. Everything that's going to happen is because of me. Anything bad that inflicts upon your life, even random crazy events, you put yourself in that position because of choices that you made. That is my opinion, and it allows me a lot more personal power and ability to accomplish the things that I need to accomplish in the ways that I want to accomplish them. And that's just, it's just facts as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, gonna go use the bathroom, red light therapy, do a few more pull-ups, get dressed, get to work, grind out 8-9 hours of selling insurance, and gonna get a couple good workouts in down at the gym. Gonna hit, I think, just gonna do basically, all upper body, of course, but I think I'm just gonna kind of do a full spectrum upper body, hit the shoulders, hit the chest, hit the biceps, and push real fucking hard today. Physically, I gotta get the blood flowing. My back is killing me. I mean, after standing, it's like a 6 out of 10, but when I woke up, it was like an 8 out of 10 pain this morning. Those herniated discs were just wreaking havoc on me. It's such a shame that sleep is one of the most painful experiences that I have in my life, in my day. Sitting and sleeping are the enemy of non-painful existence for me. Movement, doing stuff up and down, in and out of the chair, laying, stretching, cobra child's pose. Yeah, cobra child. I think that's what it is. That is the answer. I got to do that as much as possible. Get as much blood flow going as possible. I got to build a lot of lean tissue around my just destabilized, fucked up spinal column. I broke my back in like more than just the T10 spinal cord injured area. I broke it in like, I think it was 18 or 20 fractures. So yeah, I do actually, be cool if I could show this. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. This is actually the hardware that they took out of my back because of the infection. So this was in there for 9 months, and I mean, they tried to tell me this wasn't causing pain, but I mean, look at some of these screws. There's no way that screwed into your back isn't causing additional pain. So actually really grateful for the infection that required me to get all this removed after 9 months. But I got nothing holding kind of that destabilized spine up. This was all in there to keep it together, and it's definitely destabilizing. Scoliosis, fucking rounding, misshaping. It is fucked. And yeah, the only choice is to either let it deteriorate over the course of the next decade, 10 years, whatever, and get a bunch more of that shoved back in me. If I went to a surgeon right now, I guarantee they'd want to put some more in me again, but I'm not going to take that path. I'm going to, build my own, what is that called? Whatever it is, build my own scaffolding as it is to hold it all in place. I'm going to do it with muscle, do it with lean tissue, and hope for the best. So anyways, I'm going to sign out for now, go get ready, get to work, and I will talk to you in a bit. Got some pork chops going. Gonna have pork chop and 2 eggs now, pork chop, 2 eggs later. Also gonna have a banana and sweet potato right now, and that'll probably, maybe an orange as well, and that'll probably be my diet for the day, to be honest. That'll sum it up. Got a bomb breakfast right here. Have pork chop, 2 eggs, a little bit of cold sweet potato, an orange, a banana, a little overripe banana, but that's okay, a big pile of kimchi, and then we got some not for human consumption goat milk kefir. Hell yeah, back on track finally. A little thing of carrot, orange, apple, celery, turmeric and ginger. Oh, that was so masticated.
Ginger is really strong. I did a big chunk of ginger.
I like the ginger. It's good. All right, I'm out of here.
You laugh a day.
Bye-bye. All right, kiss. Coming in hot. Woke up super late this morning, so had to hit the bike at night. Hitting the FES bike for the next, well, I did an hour already. Probably do another 15 minutes, or however long the last game 5 is. But day 3 out of 180, done and dusted. I'm good to go.
All the way now up to 76 hits. He is second.
Oh, what the fuck? Penny!
Penny.
Look how cute you are.
Jowl him, Penny, jowl him. You just got a jowl.
Oh, poor pig.